It is midnight! The dog is snoring like a tiny lawnmower! Zachary is completely asleep. Then, without opening his eyes, he sits up just a little and says, "The banana has a password." Dad freezes in the hallway with a toothbrush in his mouth. Sister whispers, "Should we ask the banana?" Mom whispers, "No, let the banana have privacy." But here is the weird part. Zachary is not awake. His eyes are closed. His brain is sleeping. Tomorrow, he will probably remember none of this. So why did his mouth make a sentence? Was he dreaming about a secret fruit computer? The first clue is this. Sleep is not just an off switch. Some brain parts get very quiet. Other parts can still flash, twitch, dream, and sometimes accidentally press the talk button. That is sleep talking, and it is less magical than it sounds. To talk on purpose, your body has to do a lot. Your lungs push air up like a tiny invisible elevator. Your voice box vibrates that air into sound. Your tongue, lips, and jaw shape the sound into words. And your brain chooses what those words are supposed to mean. That is a whole team project. Sleep talking is weird because most of that team is supposed to be in pajamas. You are not raising your hand. You are not choosing a sentence. You are not saying, "Excuse me, family, here are my dream notes." Usually, you're just asleep. So the big question is not only, why do we talk in our sleep? It is, how can the talking machine turn on when the person is still offline? The mistake is thinking sleep covers the whole brain the same way. It is more like a night with different rooms. In some parts of sleep, called non-REM sleep, your brain waves can slow down. The brain can look deeply asleep like a quiet ocean with big slow waves. In another part, called REM sleep, your eyes move quickly under your eyelids and dreams can be vivid. Your brain can look busy, almost like it is running a movie theater. But your body is usually kept very still, so you do not act out the dream. Here is the surprise. Sleep talking can happen in more than one stage of sleep. It is not always a dream escaping. Sometimes the brain partly wakes from deep sleep, but not enough for the whole person to be awake. Sometimes dreamlike activity leaks toward the speech system. So sleep talking is less like a person choosing to talk and more like a sleeping brain having a mixed up moment. Part asleep, part stirred, part tiny microphone accidentally on. Imagine your brain is a house at night. Most of the lights are off. The front door is locked, but the refrigerator still hums. A motion light in the hallway might blink on. The heater might go clunk. And one dramatic toy on the floor might suddenly say, "I am ready for battle." That does not mean the whole house is awake. It means one little system made noise. Your sleeping brain can be like that. The thinking and deciding parts may be snoozing. The memory desk may be closed. But a little burst of activity can travel through the speech pathway. Air moves, vocal cords buzz, mouth muscles wiggle. Out comes, "The banana has a password." The house is still sleeping, but the speaker leaked. Now let's zoom into Body City, inside the brain. At night, the brain control room is dim. Workers put away daytime thoughts. Screens glow softly. The dream theater is getting ready with fog machines and one suspicious banana. But speech is not one button. It is a chain. First, your breathing keeps going because your body always needs air, even asleep. Second, the voice box can turn moving air into sound. Third, the tongue, lips, and jaw can shape that sound. Meanwhile, language areas can send scraps of word plans. When you are awake, planning parts of your brain check the message before it leaves. They ask, is this a good time to say banana password? Usually the answer is no. During sleep, that checking system is not working the same way. In REM sleep, the brain also uses a clever safety feature. It keeps many big muscles still. So if you dream you're running from a giant cupcake, your real legs stay in bed. But that stillness is not a perfect glass box around every tiny movement. You still breathe. Your face can twitch. Your mouth can move a little. And in other stages of sleep, the brain can have a partial arousal. That means a small part wakes or stirs, while the rest of you stays mostly asleep. If that stir reaches speech circuits, the system may produce a mumble, a word, or a weird sentence. The result may be clear, nonsense, or a tiny pirate giving directions to a toaster. And because the memory desk is often closed, you may wake up with no idea it happened. Sleep talking is usually not a message your awake self chose. It is more like a few speech tools switched on without the full captain. This is where people get very curious. If someone talks in their sleep, are they telling secrets? Should you ask them where the cookies are? Probably not. Sleep talking is not a truth machine. It can be connected to dreams, memories, emotions, or random word fragments. But the sleeping brain is not carefully writing a report. It is more like a messy desk where school, breakfast, cartoons, worries, and imagination got shuffled together. One sentence might sound important because the listener is awake and trying to make it make sense. But the sentence itself might be brain confetti. If Dad mutters, "The moon owes me soup," this does not prove the moon has soup debt. It proves the sleeping brain can be creative without asking permission. So be kind to sleep talkers. Do not tease them. Do not treat their sleepy words like evidence in a courtroom. And please do not interrogate your pillow. The pillow has been through enough. Sleep talking is pretty common, especially in kids. Picture the family bedtime routine as a tiny brain weather report. When Zachary is overtired, the sleep battery is blinking red. When he is worried, a scribble cloud floats over the pillow. When he sleeps in a new place, the bed feels like it has too many corners. When a noise wakes him halfway, the brain house flickers. A fever can make sleep more restless too. And sleep talking can run in families. So if Grandpa once shouted, "Turn left at the pancake," and Zachary says banana passwords, the family brain orchestra may have similar instruments. Most sleep talking is harmless. It may be funny, wake up a sibling, or confuse the dog, who believes every sentence is an instruction. If it happens a lot, the family does not need a banana detective squad. They can help the brain house have a calmer night. Enough sleep fills the battery. A calm bedtime routine dims the lights. A steady bedtime helps the brain know what time it is. A comfortable, quiet room gives fewer surprise flickers. For older kids and adults, skipping late caffeine can help too. And if someone sleep talks, the kindest response is simple. Make sure they are safe. Let them sleep. Tell them gently later if they want to know. Scientists can study sleep talking in sleep labs. They can record brain waves, breathing, muscle activity, and sound. But there is still a mystery. They cannot always tell exactly why this sentence came out at that exact second. The sleeping brain is active and complicated. It does not hand scientists a receipt that says, "1 banana password caused by dream scene number 42. Also, sleep talking is only one kind of parasomnia. That word means an unusual behavior that happens during sleep. Most sleep talking by itself is not a big deal, but adults should ask a medical professional for advice if sleep talking suddenly starts and is intense, or if it comes with unsafe movements, injuries, breathing pauses, or strong daytime sleepiness. That does not mean panic. It means bodies are worth listening to. Most of the time, sleep talking is a small window into a brain sleeping in pieces, not as one simple switch. The next morning, Zachary wakes up and asks, "Why is everyone looking at me?" Sister says, "No reason, but do you know any banana passwords?" The dog gently places a banana next to him, just in case. Here is the real answer. We talk in our sleep because sleep is not empty. It is active. Your brain is sorting, dreaming, resting, and sometimes half waking in tiny pieces. If the speech system gets a spark, words can slip out before awake. You arrives to check them. Most of the time, those words are not secrets. They are leftovers, dream sparks, and little sound bubbles. So if someone whispers something strange at midnight, you do not have to solve it like a mystery. You can just remember, the brain has a night mode. And sometimes, night mode has a leaky speaker.